Welcome back to Life After Sunday. Michael P.
Good to be back.
Bob.
Speaking
Glad
of
to be here.
You guys are like beached whales, son.
we are.
Maybe on this side, I look more like a beach whale. But
Where'd y'all go?
We did a full week. With
Panama City Beach, baby.
a bunch of people from Atkins. My first time there, Bob. You've been going how many years?
That was our fourth year.
And they told me all about it. So I was coming there. I was like, well, I don't really like the beach, and I got down there and I just had a complete blast. There was zero drama. I don't know how you can have that many people and not have some drama. Zero. And then I learned how to I hate the beach. Okay. So what made me start loving it was I didn't realize it's not the beach. It was staying in those 50-story condos.
You hated the high rise.
Yes.
Not the beach.
Coming in off the beach, sand everywhere, freezing to death, waiting 30 minutes on an elevator with a wagon full of crap, and then you get in the elevator and it's steamy and wet.
Yeah.
Well, we had our own little place, little house. What would you call them, Bob?
It's a trailer park, is what it is. But
They Airbnb them out or like they rent them out?
yeah, the whole place is rented out, and they're not all trailers.
No.
though. Some of them are old trailers, but some of them are just like little houses.
Yeah, little
So-
manufactured ones.
Yeah,
and
little
then
manufactured
sometimes
homes,
they'll
so.
build them.
But everybody had golf carts. And you drive around the complex with them, and you drive over to the beach with them.
Hey, had 2 pools.
Yeah.
And then one of the pools had a restaurant. You could have drinks or eat there. And that was the one right at the beach. Then you'd park your golf cart and walk maybe.
And we had our own private beach area.
Yeah,
I mean,
private beach.
okay.
So when you went out to the beach every day, your chair and your umbrella was set up. And it was just awesome. Everything about it.
So, what was your favorite part of the trip?
well, I mean, of course, my favorite part is hanging out with my bros and all that. My favorite meal, we went to a place called Surf Riders, and it was phenomenal.
What'd you get?
We ate oysters, we ate scallops,
Gross.
we had red shrimp, and we had crab legs.
Oh, dude.
It was phenomenal.
I'm looking for straight. We're leaving tomorrow for the beach, and I'm looking forward to the food, man.
Yeah.
Like the seafood.
My favorite food
Chicken
was
strips.
not far away.
Hamburger.
Was the pizza at Patches,
Patches.
where Jocko sings. He sang there 4 times. I went to 2 of them, him and Doug Duval. But their pizza,
Pizza's good, isn't it? Yeah.
unbelievable, man. Thin crust, unbelievable.
Yeah,
So
it's
yeah,
good.
of course I go to the beach, and my favorite food's pizza.
What was your highlight of the trip?
100% just hanging out with friends and everybody being cool. And here's the cool part. So nobody knows it, and I can disclose this now because everybody passed the test. We judge people on how they treat our girl.
Yeah.
If you treat Gracie amazing, you treat her amazing.
Yeah.
We love you. I'll do anything for you.
Gracie's a rock star, baby.
Man, in that crew, Gracie's a rock star. We went down to every day we're at the beach. Every person on the way in would find shells and deliver them to Gracie. Carla and Manette, what's his name? James. They hid a huge shell they bought at the store in the sand
Let's
and
go.
let Gracie find it.
That's awesome.
And her face lit up. And then we decorated our golf cart for the parade. And then we round a corner and literally the whole crew's out there cheering for Gracie.
That's awesome.
And let me tell you, man,
She got out in the water and a wave hit her and took her mask off. And when she got into the beach, one of the guys had another mask.
yes.
Ready to go.
Here's you
Yes.
another mask, Gracie.
And then the guy who set up our beach chairs, like incredible customer service, man.
Yeah.
So he was like
He's been
employee.
doing it since he was 14 years old, and he's older than I am.
Wow.
Well, we got his story. He
I think it
apparently
was super cool.
he became a boat dealer and became super rich. And now in retirement, he's gone back to his job that he did as a kid. And then he goes to Costa Rica for the off season. But this guy's killer customer service, man. Every day was amazing. But then he would bring Gracie like these amazing huge shells that I guess he found on the beach.
Wow.
Brought them to her twice. So
That's awesome.
for us, very heartwarming, very loving.
We love Gracie.
It was awesome, man. And
Yeah.
you're about to go.
We're about to go. To have that many people in a group setting like that with no drama, that
Mind-blowing.
speaks volumes.
No, it's
that speaks volumes,
it's
man.
unheard of. To be honest with you, it's unheard of.
Yeah, I mean, but the
cool,
but the
man.
whole theme to our vacation every year is you do you.
Yeah.
So if everybody's going to Patches at night and you don't want to go to Patches, don't go to Patches. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
It's okay.
That's good though.
Yeah. Because when you got that big of a crew, when people are trying to do stuff together, it ain't happening.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Like we go to that Cajun place and eat. It's really good. We go for brunch. We just tell everybody, hey, we're going to go about 10 a.m. If you want to go, go. If you don't,
Come,
and we don't
don't
try
go.
to sit together. You know,
Yeah.
we sit together if we can, but we're not, trying to get 50 people, all in the same area and all that. So,
What you just said though eliminates most of what would cause a problem.
yeah.
Yeah, and that many women together and no drama? Are you kidding me, bro?
All the women get along.
They get along amazing.
Like you said, like you didn't go watch Jocko one night and he asked you where you were at, and then you were like, "Oh man, I was just chilling."
He was cool.
It's fine, like.
Yeah,
That's
so
cool.
I hope you have the same experience, man.
Yeah,
I didn't
alright.
know I needed a vacation because I'm retired, but I mean I take care of a lot of stuff, take care of Gracie. I needed it. I didn't know it till I got back, and I was like, oh yeah, I needed that.
How long had it been since you actually, aside from going to Oklahoma to your in-laws?
I have
How long
not
had it
left that
been
mountain.
left the mountain?
Maybe to Lake Hamilton, but I haven't gone out of state for a vacation in 2 years since I retired.
Wow.
So that was wicked. I was like, I loved it.
My wife, about the first 4 days, nobody even really saw her. Hardly even me.
Yeah.
Because really, our vacations, you do you. So like she needs that alone time. She needs that time, there at the house. And so she'll stay at the house. She'll sit and read a book.
See her on the beach.
Yeah, you'll see her on the beach some, but she's off in the corner reading a book.
I'd
Whatever
watch
makes
it.
her happy.
Yeah.
I watched her open a new book. Then like 2 hours later, I look over there and there's like this much of it she's gone through already.
Locked in.
Just locked in.
And then about 4 days in, then you start seeing her. Oh, she came to Patches tonight. Or she.
It's
Yeah.
perfect.
She got
Monica
her bill,
needed
she got
it.
her bill, and now she's ready to do what she
Monica
needs to do.
needed it too. She's been working like a dog, and she is a different woman now. She is calm, cool, relaxed. Because we didn't do anything.
Yeah.
We ate crock pot meals 3 or 4 days. I think we went out to eat twice in 8 days,
Wow.
maybe 3. We just chilled.
That's the thing. Like you said, you're retired and you didn't think you needed a break. But like when you go on a vacation like that, there is zero responsibilities. So when y'all do what y'all did, you eliminate like a lot of the. You almost don't even have to make any decisions.
I mean,
really.
as far as we didn't get on our phones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put it in a little lockbox and leave it in there.
Yeah. Who needs your? Yeah.
And if you did, it'd get covered in sand.
Yeah.
So it was just don't mess with it.
we're gonna have I think us, Kyle and Nikki, and them 4 families. We got like a 3-story condo. It's not a high rise or anything, but I told Carrie yesterday, I was like, hey, I'm taking their motto
Yes.
with us. And I'm like, they want to get worked up. They want to do whatever. Like, that's fine. Let them. Like, we're going to just go with the
right.
flow. If we want to, we will. If we don't, we don't.
And
we're
don't take it personal. It's
Yeah.
nothing against you.
Yeah.
It's just this is our vacation. This is your vacation.
Yeah.
So, some days people would be like, where's James and Carla? They went shopping. A couple couples would go shopping.
Yeah.
Some are at the beach. Some go eat.
Well, if you end up trying to do what somebody else is gonna do, like you end up you're not even missing your own vacation. You just did their vacation.
That's right.
Yeah, that's a good
Like,
point.
Who wants to do that?
That's a good point.
Not me.
Very good point.
So I'm looking forward to that. Y'all actually spent the 4th down there, fireworks on
yeah.
the water.
Fireworks were awesome.
Fireworks, amazing. So on July 3rd, we watched them on our golf carts. On the north side is a bay, a beautiful bay with expensive boats. And then south side, across the road, that's the beach. So on the north side, we watched the fireworks.
On third, yeah.
On the third, and a local band was playing from this area called
6 inches to the left.
6 Inches to the
What
Left.
a band name.
Yeah.
And Jeff Riley is the drummer.
Yep.
So Jeff Riley was there. He's the drummer.
This local band?
Yeah. 2 local bands there. So you got
Wow.
Jocko, then you got their group. Great music, enjoyed that. And then the next night wasn't formal fireworks. It was thousands of people spending thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
I've never seen a firework display.
And that's all we just get our chairs and we sit out there all day long. And then when it gets, even late at night, we just stay there in our chairs and we turn from the beach of staring at the water to turn to the sand and look down the coast and we just watch everybody's fireworks.
I mean, like, they dropped tens of thousands of dollars along that beach. And then in the very far distance, I think, what's the next city over? Is it Miramar Beach?
Well, you can see Pier Park.
Okay, I saw some formal
Park,
fireworks like 10 miles away, like way down there.
Yeah.
It's cool.
That's
It was
awesome,
a
man.
blast, man. And by the way, have you driven through Jackson, Mississippi ever?
Yes.
That's the worst highway I've ever driven in my life.
Well, let
It
me
would launch you out of your seat. You would bottom out your suspension. It was unbelievable. It got better when you went south, but Jackson,
You threw out the alignment in the new van.
bro, I thought I had a rectum tear.
Let me tell you about Jackson. Jackson holds a special place in my heart.
Really?
Because, this, Bob doesn't. Carrie and I got married on Panama City Beach.
Okay.
Down, I guess, the West End. There's a little called Pineapple Villas. It's been there forever.
Yeah. Pineapple Willies. Yeah.
Pineapple Villas.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little bit past that.
Uh-huh.
Pink building. But we got married on the beach. On the way down there, Carrie's has this having bad tooth pain, like bad. And so bad, we stop in Jackson, Mississippi and go to the ER.
Oh my.
For a toothache?
I mean,
Yeah.
it was that bad. She couldn't get any relief. We get there and it's just jam packed, dude. Like all kinds of people in this ER.
Yeah, they're ERs in cities are nightmares.
In Jackson, Mississippi.
That's a rough town.
So you can imagine, I don't even need to say
It's rough.
the people that were in there.
It's rough.
We get through it. They didn't really do anything. Gave her some pain medicine. I think a shot maybe. Blah, blah, blah. Give her some relief. We stay in a hotel. I think they gave her some antibiotics too. Stayed in the hotel in Jackson. It's like 3 or 4 in the morning at this point, and get up, go on, continue the trip the next day to Panama City Beach, and we get married and all that. But that's like where my wife and my mom bonded for the first time, like, 'cause my mom was trying to take care of her, and it's just Jackson. And I will not stay in Jackson on the way down there tomorrow. I refuse.
No. You're smart. You're going to
We're
Hattiesburg.
going on to Hattiesburg and stay the night. But speaking on the 4th, did y'all note, being out of our little bubble here in Arkansas, in Atkins, Russellville area, did you notice like maybe a uptick a little bit in like patriotism and like,
I meant to wear my
Flags.
T-shirt tonight.
because you know what I mean?
We could have sold 200-300 of those shirts.
The ones
that
you
we
made?
did. The ones I made had Jocko's face, but had the Trump hair on him. Yeah,
Let's go.
I mean,
Those good.
everybody wanted, and they didn't even know who
Hey,
Jocko was,
yeah.
but they wanted the shirt because it was
Dude, you
Gulf
should
of
have printed
America.
him up and made him a merch booth, man. when he was-
Right.
So the Gulf of America thing is massive there.
Really?
They are taking every shop you go to, Gulf of America. Like, I didn't realize it's a tourist thing. Like, people in Florida take pride in that that's the Gulf of America. It's not
Yeah.
Mexico. We're the greatest country in the world. Of course, it's the Gulf of America. And the patriotism was off the charts down there. Everybody who stayed in that villa, whatever it is, all Georgia fans, Alabama, and Arkansas. I didn't see any Florida fans.
There was LSU. I saw a few.
There were
Boo.
Georgia Bulldog fans.
Oh, Georgia big time, and
Everywhere.
Alabama big time.
And everybody had Trump flags.
That's awesome.
It was amazing. These people were like, America.
America.
I mean, they loved
America.
it. It was a big deal. Very, very patriotic.
Well, and even around here, like not to that extent, but from the normal, I seem like I seen more people flying American flags last week, and went to the park, Russellville, and watched the fireworks, and there's people were all decked out and ready. It just seemed everybody seemed a little bit more patriotic.
Yeah, yeah, I think they are. I mean, Republicans in the last poll, they said, "Are you proud of to be an American?" It was like 85, 87%, and then Democrats were like 8 years ago they were like 60%. In that same poll, they were like 27% proud of America.
Wow.
So, yeah, it was a very, very pro-Trump, very Republican, very patriotic area. It was awesome.
That's good. I'm sure. I mean, like in places minus maybe the big cities, but I'm sure that may be the theme. Hopefully, around the country.
Yeah, yeah. And Florida is
Like the Mecca.
Florida's diverse,
Yeah, that's true.
and it's a Republican state.
Yeah, I love it. On to one of our biggest topics today: the fascinating yet devastating flood going on in Texas right now.
Yeah. So
It's ridiculous.
we've all sent our kids, or a lot of us have sent our kids to camp. Gracie just got back from one in Rosebud, Texas.
That close?
No, it's more up further north.
Okay.
But you send your kids off to a camp and you expect them to be safe. And right now, 36 children are dead, 96 adults, 120 dead total, and there's still 160 people missing along the Guadalupe River. So, overview of what happened. I'm sure everybody's seen it, but on the night of going into July 4th, everybody's camped out. So down there, it's called the Hill Country. Have y'all ever been to the Hill Country by chance? It is a beautiful area. It's the only, in my opinion, and I'll get hate from it, but it's the only part of Texas that's beautiful.
Okay.
So the terrain is very rocky, and it's hills with ravines.
Okay.
So the Guadalupe River is a massive tourist area. It's located northwest of San Antonio, and that'd be kind of west of Austin.
Okay.
That's the Hill Country. And this area, like if you go floating on it or swimming, the water's beautiful green. There's massive cypress trees going over it.
Oh, wow.
It's gorgeous. So that whole area is made of rock, hills, and ravines. And that area is known as Flash Flood Alley. Okay, so, and they've had multiple, like 1936, 52, 72, 73, 78, 87, 91, and 97. All massive floods. And these floods have killed kids before at camp. I can remember the news. I don't know I think it was 87. Yeah. They were trying to evacuate, and a bus was crossing a low water bridge. The last bus got swept into the river. All the kids went in. I think they had 10 die.
Golly.
And so were you not sitting there like I was? Were y'all just sitting there going, how the heck did 36 kids die in this? Like, what were the adults doing?
Yes.
How did they not know? And that's the part that's fascinating to me, because when you really get to analyzing this, so the reason there's so many people missing is because houses with people, like homes, were washed away. Then you got at Camp Mystic, the home, they had several of the houses the campers stayed in about 120 feet off the river. And then the rest of Camp Mystic kind of goes up a hill, and then they have Senior Hill where the oldest kids stay. The youngest kids at the camp stayed closest to the water. Looking back, it kind of looks like, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
Be flip-flopped almost.
But I think it was a seniority thing, maybe.
Yeah.
And then the other big source of death was everybody in their RVs, because all of these RV parks are in the floodplain. You know how it is. We go up here to the Buffalo, you go anywhere. You see the river and you see where it floods.
Just even the Arkansas River over on the Lake Dardanelle side, there's some campgrounds over there that there's sometimes you can use them and there's sometimes you can't.
Yeah.
Depending on how high the river is.
And a lot of campgrounds are floodplains, so that's why they're campgrounds. And also, too, when people hear river, they may think like, for us, we think Arkansas River. The Guadalupe is more like the Buffalo. And everyone has seen the Buffalo. When the Buffalo gets a bunch of rain, it's nasty.
Oh, yeah, it's rolling, dude.
So the Guadalupe is like that. And so what happened on this night, everybody's asleep. It's nighttime. And some massive thunderstorms that were the remains of tropical storm. I think it was Beryl. It was a tropical storm, nothing to it when it hit Mexico. Comes up and sets in the headwaters up above the Guadalupe. The camp got a lot of rain and storms, but the 12 to 15 inches of rain dropped in those hills. And so they've been in drought. The water is baked like hard as a rock. And they only have about 2 inches of soil, and it's rocky soil. Then it's just rock. So that turns this water into like it's on concrete.
Oh, yeah.
And we're used to we're used to floods around here, right? So what does a flood warning mean to you? Like here, what? Maybe a car gets flooded out in downtown Russellville.
A street might get flooded, or
yeah.
Like the worst I've seen, I think, like some cars that saw them come out from a baseball game one time, and the water was up in the low level parking lot at Tech, like
that's
the doors.
Yeah,
on vehicles. That's it.
And so that's what we think. And then we go to Texas. We've never been to the Guadalupe. Let's set up our RV. In our minds, we're still thinking flash flood warning is like, oh, your car gets flooded out.
Yeah.
Not realizing that they are in a major flash flood area. And then the way the topography that is there's no absorption. There's no pooling. Like here, you get a field. Like anytime you drive around here, big flood, you'll see fields full of water.
Yeah.
They're holding that water, and that keeps it from flooding as bad. This is like, so you can imagine the hill country. Imagine it is just a bunch of hills made out of concrete.
It's just all going to that river.
Straight to that river.
Yeah.
And it came rushing down. It rose.
Let me stop you real quick. Let me ask you this. What were the workers at the camp doing when they heard flash flood? Because they know.
Well,
or do they not know?
That's the problem. So some camps got the warning and moved their kids to safety. But the problem at camp is they take away your phones, even the counselors. So they take away the phones.
Counselors got to have their phones.
Yeah. So
I used to put on summer camp, and I take phones away from kids because it was camp unplugged. I want them unplugged from that stuff.
Right.
But you still got to have communication with people.
They would think somebody there would have to have.
But that's kind of what I want to get into because, yes, I was in law enforcement, and so yes, I have a heightened sense of this, and I lived in Houston where if you don't pay attention to the weather, you can flood your car out or you can die.
Yeah.
We had an HPD guy die going to work during our last hurricane that flooded everything. We've had so many. He was just driving down a frontage road, like he's in dry, wet area, but it's not flooding. And when you go underneath those huge overpasses, there's flood gauges, showing like 9 feet. You wake up in the morning, you're driving to work, and you're in 9 foot of water before you even know it. Because the underpasses will fill up. So again, based on where you live in Houston, you have to be aware of this stuff because you can die in a flood warning.
How fast did the river rise?
So it rose. It rose a total of, I believe, it was 26 feet, and it did it.
Oh,
it reached 37 feet. It's been higher 4 other times, and it did it in like an hour. Yeah.
that's insane.
And then from some of the survivors, they said that people, like I read a whole long story on, they were inside their place. It was all adults. And they woke up to water coming through the floor of their condo or whatever it is. And all of a sudden they look out the window and they're already trapped. And also too, to set the setting, it's pitch black there. They talk about how black it is there.
Yeah, there's no lights.
There's no lights. It's pitch black. Power went off at 4 a.m. And they look out the window and they're done. So then the house breaks loose and starts going down the river. It's awful,
dude.
And then they see the bridge coming. They know that the top of the bridge is going to hit the house. Well, then it hits the bridge and rips off one of the walls, and the guy looks up, and the two people he was with, they're gone.
So he's in the house while it's floating down
Yes.
the river.
And then he loses his wife and his kid. He falls into the water. He goes 10 miles downstream. He survived, and nobody else in that house did. Pitch black, nothing. Have you seen the video of those campers? One of the houses floated away, and you see all the kids inside shining their lights. So I just sit here and I'm like, no one takes things serious. You know what I mean? Like the guy who's been running the camp, he's been running it since 1971. He died trying to rescue kids. He died. He was 71. And to be honest with you, it's probably good because I don't think he'd want to live through that, knowing that he was responsible for the health and safety of, 36 kids who died.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't want to place blame on nobody or anything.
Right.
I mean, that's just tough. But you would think at this day and age, by this point, that we go, okay, we have to have some kind of system in place. Okay, they said it's a flash flood warning tonight. We don't need to stay on the river tonight.
I know.
You know?
And
why is that not there?
because human psychology,
But I do it like when I'm taking trips, and my maps will say we're going to avoid this area because of flooding in that area, and I'm like, there ain't no flooding in that area.
Yes.
And I just we're going that way, And most 9 times out of 10, there's no flooding in that area.
yes. Like even I told my wife was wondering the same thing. I said, think about when we first got married. I told you to not put your purse in the little basket in front of you. You'll get your purse stolen. And, I'm sure she's just like, you're a parent, you're a cop, whatever. That's why you think that. And then what happened? Her purse gets stolen. While she's in Walmart, exactly as I told her. And then early on, I was a little like, hey, you got to make sure you lock the back door. She resisted all my safety stuff. She doesn't now, but she resisted a lot of it. And I think and plus it hadn't happened since I think the last big flood there that was pretty catastrophic. They've had some smaller ones, was 97. So everybody's lulled to sleep.
Yeah.
But they were under a flash flood watch 12 hours before the event on a river known as Flash Flood Alley. I found a video made in 2017 by, I think it was Kerr County, and they literally explained why this is Flash Flood Alley, how dangerous it is, and you have to be aware of your surroundings. I never want to, could you imagine waking up and you got your wife and kids in a floating house down the river?
Well, okay, imagine that happens, but imagine if prior to that, the night before, your wife was like, honey, do you think we need to do anything? And you're like, no, it hadn't done. We're fine.
Yeah.
What?
And then you're owning that, like, because you're responsible for your family's safety.
Well, just like that dude with the kids, like, he's been doing that for 30-something years. How long did you say?
Yeah, 30 years.
30 years.
And in that
so
30
he's
years,
lived through those floods.
He has gone through these floods.
For me, though, that's why I appreciate the guidance of the Holy Spirit.
Oh, yeah.
The nudges that you get and sometimes we overlook those nudges.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Because he nudges us. My old pastor used to talk about it. He would teach a sermon on it, on Disc the Arena. And he had an arena out of his house where he roped. And he said it 3-4 times he felt the nudge that he needed to disc the arena. But he's like, no, let's just get to roping.
Yeah.
And he didn't have the arena disc. So when his horse went to stop, he didn't stop properly. And he went off and broke both his legs.
Gosh.
And it's those, and sometimes we don't realize, you don't know what the outcome's going to be on those nudges sometimes, because you get that nudge of, you know what, let's go this way today.
Yeah.
and who knows, that might have avoided a wreck or something that happened.
You never deny
Yeah.
what we call it the Holy Spirit, because
Yeah.
we're Christian people and we pray and we ask for guidance, but known as intuition, that sixth sense that you have that something ain't right.
Right.
You never ever ignore that.
Like if that guy lived through that massive flood in '97, when that's done, there should have been protocol in place. If there's a flash flood warning again, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take the kids to the higher ground. Everybody sleep. We put boys over here.
Anytime we have a flash
girls
flood
over
watch,
here. Yes.
everybody's got to go to high ground.
It's the way it
It's
is.
just the way it is.
Put the boys over
I
here.
know y'all want to stay down here, but it's not
Yeah.
going to happen tonight because we got a flash flood watch.
Is it going to be uncomfortable? Yes. Are you going to live? Yes.
And I don't know. I can't explain.
Why was it not a protocol?
That's the thing. And
Was
they
it
had
not a
just
was it something?
the state of Texas had just inspected Camp Mystic like 2 days before this, and they passed everything. And I don't think the state of Texas even was really aware or was pushing these camps to have better protocol. Like a simple NOAA weather radio, because they don't depend on cell signals. Those things go off.
Yeah.
They pick up on the AM FM signal, but like I was even thinking, how hard would it be to just have a camp counselor? I'm surely they got Starlink in the office, some sort of internet,
think.
because this is a ritzy Camp Mystic. Is to go there for a month, it's $4,000, and it's a Christian camp. It's all girls. They learn how to change tires. They learn how to wash a car. They go shooting. They do archery, horseback riding, canoeing. Every kid who's come out of there say it is a magnificent, beautiful, wonderful experience. But Starlink, you'd think just put one person in charge of like, hey, man, here's the website. Keep an eye on it. Let us know if there's any warnings. And then, get
That's your
everybody
job.
cleared up. Go up to higher ground.
Yeah.
I just hate every time something like this happens. They're like, the last time it happened, they're like, we need to put in sirens along the river. And then the county, said no.
It's just like when we went to the beach. Every morning we get up and we check the flag.
Yeah.
To see what kind of flag we have for water. We got a yellow flag. Okay, we can go out in the water today. I mean, there was times last year that we had a red flag. One day we had a double red flag. And like they had lifeguards that going up and down the beach that if you got in the water, you got your butt in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, you are not allowed in the water when it's a double red. And I think we had some waves just as tough this year.
Right.
And it was just yellow. So, you got to have somebody monitoring things.
Agree.
Like me, I was constantly checking where the lightning was, you know? And the thing is, the lesson from this, you could just never depend on government or someone else for your well-being.
No.
And that's what I hate about it, because at the camp, if I send my kids to a camp, I 100% expect that you would know that you're in flash flood alley and that you would know you're under a flash flood watch.
You're entrusting your kids to these people's care. And I hate that what saddens me the most is like that something like this has to happen. And again, to hopefully, it's happened in the past, but I don't know if the death was this magnitude, but something like this to happen for them
Right.
to put something in place.
Yeah, and at the
It
end
shouldn't come to that.
and at the end of the day, man, you have 120 dead, but especially if the 36 children, somebody's head should roll. I'm sorry. You be a good Christian man and all that crap, but if 36 kids, they depend on the adults
Oh, yeah.
100% for their safety.
Well, I mean, it's a flash flood watch. Watch means something. It means you need to be
Gosh.
watching. You need to be watching just in case.
Well, and
Once you get that alert that it could even be possible, you're like our senses are heightened. We would go on alert mode.
well, that's the thing is no one is from that area. And so we it's that dulling of
Right.
what's the one alert on your phone you ignore the most?
Flash flood.
I don't even activate. I don't even have it notify me of flash flood because It's Noah would have to come back for my house to flood on a
Right.
mountain. In Russellville, I'm not going to die from a flood. Okay, this area we live in, it's just not a threat.
Yeah.
But you go to Colorado, you go to these areas, you go somewhere in the hills of Kentucky, it can kill you.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what happens is people just get deadened to it. And you know what's crazy? Floods kill more people every year than tornadoes do. And yet we have tornado sirens, we have tornado shelters. Everybody pays attention to tornado warnings, but floods are actually what kill everybody.
You get complacent, and then look, people get killed, and it's just like I preach on it all the time at work. You know, we're around heavy equipment all the time, and this equipment, like if you're going in reverse, it has like a backup alarm. And if it doesn't, and you check it at the beginning of the day and it doesn't, it's down and it's not running that day. So like the equipment, dump trucks, you know, half-ton pickups, anything bigger than a 3/4, like it's a regular pickup, has a backup alarm on it. But what happens is you get around that stuff every single day for 10, 12 hours a day. You're constantly hearing that backup alarm. What happens?
Just get dead to it, man. You don't even hear it.
You don't even hear it anymore. Then what happens?
And you get smacked.
Yeah.
Well, like y'all are going to Florida. Like lightning is bad here, but but if WeatherBug tells you there's lightning around here, okay, be alert.
Yeah.
But when you go to the lightning capital of the world known as Florida, it should mean something different.
You should be on a heightened alert.
Yeah, so you gotta calibrate when you go to new places.
Yes.
You know.
But and again, I go back to there was a handful of people, had to be one we know for sure, that knows the area, was there every year for 30 years.
It's unacceptable.
It's unacceptable, sir.
It is. And it'd be different if it was the first time it had ever happened, maybe, but like, and the thing is, sometimes I don't feel like people take life seriously enough. Like if you are in charge of 700 kids, like you're a level of safety awareness and what's going on.
Dude.
Well, I mean, it's just like school shootings. Okay, the first one that ever happened, it was horrible. But everybody's like, okay, now we got to do something different.
Yeah.
And so then things started to be put in place to help with it. I'm not saying, they've got it all figured out yet, but that's something that they look at and they're working on.
Trying to mitigate some of the threats, I mean, and think about it. The majority of the people killed were probably in RV parks, sitting in their RVs and just start floating away, and personal safety, man. And here's the thing. I've always been a weather nut. People make fun of me all the time. Like when I was in Houston, because Gracie being special needs, I couldn't afford for her to be stuck in traffic. Remember when I think it was Rita was coming right at us and turned? Remember all those people died on 45? There was a traffic jam that lasted like 20 hours.
Yeah.
People running out of. I can't afford for that to happen. So I would always look at the situation and I would always send her out a day. The goal is to get to safety or send your people out or before the sheep figure out that there's a threat.
Yeah.
Because once the sheep figure out there's a threat, then you get the jam-packed roads.
Chaos. Yeah.
And it's chaos.
Pure chaos, yeah.
Pure chaos. And after watching Poop Cruise on Netflix, have y'all seen that?
I've heard about it. Dude. What a
terribleness. Never go on a cruise with mainly because of my girl. Like no water. Like you're entrusting your life to the cruise people. And
they were walking through like
power.
It was everywhere.
No air conditioning for 4 days. No power. Had trouble getting water. There was
poop everywhere.
And they said people started acting like animals. Like they would set up a tent in an area with like some sheets. They were giving one hamburger out. They'd grab 10, and then they'd get all that. They were hoarding supplies. And then when people would come up and say, "Hey, dude, what are you doing?" They'd be like, "This is my people, my family. If you don't, you won't have to fight me for it." Like in 4 days, people turn into animals, just like tribal times.
Oh yeah.
And so the key is get out before the sheep figure out that there's something going on.
It's like, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah. I got that right here. It's like, just so in the midst of all this, like if we learn, let's learn something from this. Like, and like you just said, like you're only gonna fall to the level of your preparedness. They weren't prepared at all.
So the number one thing to take out of this, because all of us can do it. I mean, look, even you were on the side of a cliff trying to get a drone. That was dangerous. It wasn't worth it.
Hey, I didn't say this in the text, but in my defense, we put together a plan.
We did.
A safe plan.
Yeah.
That you agreed with.
I did, but only.
And actually helped in the end.
But what would it have looked like without me going off on y'all? It might have looked a little different.
That's a fact. But still.
So it's human psychology. So the lesson to this is when you go traveling, the warnings and watches for the weather of the area mean totally different things in different areas. Like I have some friends who go jeeping up in the Colorado mountains, and they're like, you have got to know the mountain weather. If you're up on the mountain and you catch a thunderstorm at way up there, lightning is striking the rocks, the weather is completely different at the top of the mountain than the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to change your situational awareness to where you're at.
I can contest to that because we went out the rock. We weren't Jeep riding, when we got to the top of the mountains, it was like snowing in the June.
Yeah. So if you didn't check the weather, what if you get packed? You get snowed in and you don't have any warm clothes.
Like snow drifts like 20 feet high.
Yeah.
Like if you weren't aware of that, you wouldn't know. You might walk up there with shorts and a t-shirt on.
Yeah. And that's the shocking thing is this keeps happening. Remember the Cub Scouts who died on the Little Missouri? The exact same thing happened. There was no cell coverage. It wasn't even raining where they were. It was raining upstream, and I think it killed like 20 kids. That happened in Arkansas. Wow. So anyway, that's tragic. It's awful. I just hate seeing preventable deaths like that, man.
I do.
Hate it.
That's what I'm saying. I hate that this had to happen before they're going to try to make a plan. Like, why? Again, this is beating a dead horse, but why was that camp in the low areas? Why was it not built up on some steel? Why was nothing done?
Well, and
a long time ago.
And we also learned too that the youngest kids that were, I think the girls were like 8 to 12. They were the closest to the water.
Why was that building not up on some stilts or something?
Well, it was so high that even you go up the hill, the dining hall's up the hill, and then you have some more cabins up higher. It got so high that it went up the hill and ripped the face off the dining hall.
Wow.
But the youngest kids, the most vulnerable, were next to the water. And it's probably been that way since 1971. But after this event, obviously that needs to change.
100%.
They need to be at the highest point. But easy for us to say now,
It's almost like you need to put all
I don't know.
Cabins
I don't know
on
if they'll
the
be
highest
having
point.
no camp for a little while.
All right.
Yeah, I think that camp's done. They were already having a bunch of infighting with family. I'd read an article where the land has become so valuable they were arguing over selling it or keeping it. So it was already having some legal issues before this happened. But kudos to those camps that did get their kids out because there were a lot who did because there's camps everywhere there.
Crazy. Let's come up to our next topic here. The decline of the American man.
Oh, yeah. This man needs water.
Right there.
I'm good.
So I'm not even sure. I can't remember the guy's name that this was actually done. This data was done on ChatGTP, if you didn't know that.
I did not know that.
Yes. So I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but I don't even know what he typed in to get this information pumped out.
But it's startling.
It's very startling. And I'm just going to run through it quickly, and then we'll kind of break it down a little bit. But it says prime-aged U.S. men ages 25 to 54. That's all of us right here, right?
Yep.
Mike's close to being out of that, but
4 more years, sir.
All right. So it has a milestone, and then it has like 1970, and then it has 2025. So the milestone is like have a job. 90 or in 70, 93% of men aged 25 to 54 had a job. That's a lot.
Yeah.
In 25, 86%.
That's not too bad, but it's still not good.
It's not
Still a
good.
drop.
Currently married in 70 was 84%. In 25, 52.
Now that's a problem.
That's a problem. Has fathered at least one child. In 70 was 82%. In 25, only 60%. Why is this higher? I have no idea. Owns a home in 1970 was 67%. Now it's 68%. And
It's pretty much the same though.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's not.
And then not obese, BMI greater than 30. In 70, it was 87%. Now it's 61%. You met all these requirements in 1970. 30% of men only met all those requirements. Now only 11%.
That's tragic. And it has
And I'm not saying that you should meet all those requirements, but it's just the trajectory that men are on is not good.
well
Doesn't look good.
the key stat you said is 84% were married in 1970 and today it's 52%.
Yeah.
And that right there, that tells you that our morals are declining. People don't realize that family is what holds the society together.
Well, yeah.
Families are the key. Reproduction.
Yep.
Like people don't even realize that in the next 30 years that there are a lot of countries that their birth rate is declining, and they're going to reach a point where they don't have enough workers for their country to sustain, and
Wow.
their government could actually be on the verge of collapse.
Wow.
But it's all about commitment.
Right.
I mean, that's what that's about.
Well, we live in
Children are a commitment. Marriage is a commitment. And I'm just saying, men today are afraid of commitment.
It's a fact. And like we live in like this society where like, well, let's just cohabitate together. Let's just live
Right.
together, or let's just hook up. Or there's no, like you said, that doesn't take any commitment.
You're right.
Very little commitment to live with your significant other. If something blows up, you're out.
Yeah, and I think I wish the divorce rate was on there because it's dramatically
It's like,
higher.
oh, well, we're just talking. We're not
Yeah,
boyfriend, girlfriend.
They would put a label on
We're just talking. Yeah, you don't put a label on us.
That's
Well,
commitment.
It's all about commitment. Yeah, because
That's
now
insane,
you're
dude.
being held to a standard for
Yeah.
something.
Actually, I think if you were to take married and put that stat up against church attendance, I think you would see a very similar graph. Because
Well,
church attendance, people believing in Jesus, declining at the same rate of marriage. Because at the end of the day, marriage was a Christian, it's a religious thing.
Yes.
It wasn't a government thing. So that's I think that'll probably match the trend line on that.
I don't have a. This was from a few episodes ago. We talked about Rogan and all that. This says from Barna in 23. This is Gen Z only, so that's excludes a lot of those men. But that was 29% of Gen Z men attend church weekly, and 61%, close to that, said church doesn't feel relevant.
Yeah. So there you go. Because what do they teach? We just came through a whole series on marriage at church.
Yeah.
And they literally went through a full month of what marriage means, how to stay married, what you're supposed to focus on. The guy who's not in church is not getting that. Church has always pushed that.
Yeah.
You know?
And like like Bob said, like, so you're afraid of commitment, you don't get married, so you avoid the commitment. Like, I think I can speak for y'all on this, but like, if I would not be at the maturity level that I am to this day if I wouldn't have been married for 15 years.
Oh, no.
100,000% accurate.
What? You know what I
No.
mean? Like,
I'd be a maniac.
so, and also go a little farther, I would be probably arrogant, prideful prick, honestly. So
Yeah.
like, on those that marriage has also taught me what? Selflessness.
Yes.
Without that, without marriage, you don't learn commitment. You don't learn.
You can't stay married as long as we have all without finding some selflessness.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
You know,
That's marriage
that
has helped me find
longevity,
that.
commitment. You know, to that. Divorce isn't even a word we know.
No.
There's no.
Not even an
It's not even in our dictionary.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
Can you imagine being married to a non-Christian today and not going to church? The lack of security you would have in your marriage, knowing that because in life you're going to get unhappy.
Oh yeah.
Your marriage will take downturns. You would have no security. You're like, any minute she's going to walk out. Half my retirement's gone. I'm starting over.
That'll be
But
terrible.
because when you're married to a Christian girl, got good values, you never worry about that because like Bob said, divorce isn't a word because that's what we're taught. You stick together.
Yeah.
And thank goodness my wife stuck by my side because now we're in the land of milk and honey. I mean, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
You ask me my first 10 years, she'll tell you too, it was rough.
Yeah, first 10 years were rough.
Very rough. And if you were in today's society, not going to church, we'd have probably both said screw you and left.
Our first 10 years were rough, and we were going to church. I mean, I'm just saying, because
Hey,
you got to get through that selfishness that is
Yes.
there. It's there because what have we been taught from the very young age
Independence, baby.
is you got to be independent, and you got to take care of yourself, and you got to watch out. And so your natural instincts are to get what you can. And when you get married, now it's to protect, that protection starts to happen, and that
and to serve.
to serve and to take
yeah.
care of, and those things have to grow.
And then think about this, that we're not having kids now. Why?
Yeah,
because you have to serve.
I was just gonna say like 3. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. 3 out of the 5 are all directly related to marriage.
Yeah.
So, currently married, having children, and owning a home. That's all directly related to marriage.
Yeah.
For the most part.
And raising kids is hard.
And
it's
again, that's another
stressful.
commitment.
It's stressful. But anything worth anything in life.
And
is
it's never over.
It's
Yeah.
never easy.
That's the other thing I've learned. Even though my kids are grown, it's not over.
No.
I mean, yes, we are on a different level now. We're on a different place. We even had to talk with Layla this last week about the fact that we're not trying to parent you anymore.
No.
We're your friends now, but we're your mentors.
Yes.
If you need advice, call.
Right.
I've got loads.
That's funny. My oldest daughter moving out and all this stuff. She loves to throw it in our youngest daughter's face. The same thing just Bob just said. Like, she'll say it jokingly out loud. Like, they don't have to parent me anymore. They have to parent you.
just rubbing her nose in it.
She is, but it's exactly what Bob said. Like, we're at a point with her where like, I have advice. You can either take it or leave it.
That's right.
Like, you have to clip your wings at some point and let you fly, and I'll let you fall flat on your face.
The other night we got home from the beach. Okay. We got home. It was midnight, and Layla had just moved out of her apartment, and we were going to be moving her into her new apartment the next day. Okay.
After driving?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And so we get to the house. So she's staying with us, we get to the house or get there. We don't even unload anything, it's midnight. And she says, "Hey, would it be okay if G comes up?" And I said, Tonight? I was like, it's midnight. And then I had to make myself back up. And I was like, okay, here's the deal. I don't think it's wise, but you're a grown woman.
Yeah.
So you make that decision.
You do you.
You whether he's coming up or not.
Yeah.
But she respects us enough to ask us and talk to us.
Right.
He did come up and to see her, but I mean, for me, I was like, it's midnight, bro. I'm in bed.
See ya.
What are you trying to do? Like,
Yeah.
nothing good's happened past midnight.
Right. I mean, he left me some chicken in the fridge, but I mean,
But yeah, we're like that point with Bailey, but like our younger daughter, we're still
Oh, you're knee deep in it right now,
we're
man.
locked in, son.
You got
Rough.
man, 14 through 18 is brutal.
Rough. son.
Brutal.
see, my youngest be 19 next month.
Out of it, dude.
You're starting to, the waves are starting to, she's already pretty even keeled girl, but
Yeah.
waves are start to, boat starts to plane out a little bit. 19, not as many big waves.
Brain turns back on when they get like
Yeah, brain
22
turns
or
back
something.
on. Your kids return from the Mars. They return.
25. At 25 is when that frontal lobe.
Is that what it is? I knew it was somewhere.
It's
around there.
25. It's until they're 25 that frontal lobe
Dang.
is completely developed,
And it's real.
It's a real thing.
and that's the decision making.
Yeah.
And that's that instant decision making.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, so you look at the marriage, you look at not having kids, owning a home, that all kind of coincides. And I think it's the bigger picture here is like, and we've talked about it before on the show, is the enemy's goal. If you can take out the man and the marriage and the family, he thinks he's winning. And he kind of,
He is.
I mean, he is.
You'll have the destruction of a society.
yes. Like what you said earlier, like if you lose the marriages in the society, lose having kids, like you have no society.
Yeah. Yeah. It begins to break down.
100%.
Well, I mean, again, it goes back to that commitment. Nobody, if we can keep from being committed to someone, then now we can just kind of go with the flow. We don't have to do anything
Yeah.
because we can go with the water.
Yeah.
you
Whichever
know?
way it goes.
Whichever way it goes,
Whatever
we
you
just-
feel like doing.
Hey, we just kind of go along.
Yeah.
And that's the problem is we got too many men out there that are still boys.
And that's the thing.
That's a fact.
These people want to be their own God.
yes.
That's the key. If you're not married and you're not going to church, you're your own God. You do whatever you want, whenever you want, and you are submissive to no one. And that is a bad combination.
It really is. It's rough. And it's a massive drop in all these things, and I think, I wanted to talk about this just to say this, like, you don't have to follow the trend. Like, that's how we're going to buck the trend, is to be different.
Yeah.
And not be a boy and be a man, and don't be afraid of commitment. It doesn't matter if your parents got divorced. It doesn't matter if you had some childhood mishaps or whatever. Like,
Wish I could remember that.
you be
saying.
different and you make a new legacy in your family. Like that's a big thing in my thing, like my own life. My parents divorced when I was like 2 years old, and Dad's been married more than I can count on one hand. You know what I mean? And I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that.
Right.
That's just
There's nothing wrong with that. Don't want to
I'm
be
just
that
being
way
real.
either.
That's
Just
just-
being real. Don't want to be that way
No.
either.
But
I love my dad and who he is now, but I just don't want.
but
I didn't want that for my life.
But people want to live off of their past. Like, you don't know what has happened to me in my past. So then because of my past, that's why I am like I am. And
Yeah.
so you need to accept
Forget
me.
that
But here's the thing. Yes, your past happened.
Yeah.
And it sucked. But it doesn't have to be your future.
100%.
Well, and I think society today, and especially men, having the honest, I think it's really hard to just, and we've talked about it before, but being able to look in the mirror and call your bull crap out in the mirror.
Tough, bro.
Call yourself out. Those lies you tell yourself,
Yeah.
and it's hard. But
Yeah.
man, if you can do that, that's the only way, in my opinion, that you can truly keep developing as a human being.
Yeah.
As you get older, not get set in your ways, is to have the honest conversation with yourself. Call yourself out. You spend all day bitching, look in the mirror that night and be like, I'm not going to roll like that.
Yeah.
And it's hard.
And
It
when
is.
you address the issue, you call yourself out, and work to fix it.
But
Work
the
to do
scripture
better.
tells us, when I became a man, I put away childish things.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we got too many men that ain't putting away childish things.
Well, then you ain't got a man, you got a boy.
That's right. You're still a
And
boy.
The hardest test of this, and y'all all know what I'm talking about, is when you feel like your wife's being a butthead and you're so convicted that you were right and they're wrong, to swallow that, and you're just like, you're frustrated beyond belief.
Bite thing you ever
And
swallow
you're
down
just
your throat.
and you swallow everything and flush your pride out, and then go in there and go, hey, let's fix this. I'm sorry. And you'll feel amazing once everything's repaired in 20 minutes. But that moment, how hard is it to drop the pride, bro? To drop, it's murder. It is. But that's the key to a marriage.
Yes.
And it's the hardest thing to do is to.
That goes back to that selflessness thing.
What is it? You can be right or you can be married.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good Bobism.
Bobism.
Yeah, I mean, you can be
Mark the
right or you
tape.
can be married. I mean, it's just the way it is.
That's a great quote. I love that.
You can be right or you can be.
I need to make a T-shirt. So that,
Hey,
but that's the truth, man.
It's so true. And like it doesn't get easier
No,
to swallow that.
no. I had to do it on. We made it the whole week, not one single discussion. But on Tuesday, she called me out on some stuff. I was so frustrated, but I just stopped, flushed it, and did what she wanted. And man, she was as happy as could be the rest of the week, and was just thrilled with her wonderful husband. But boy, in that moment, it was hard to swallow, man. God.
Oh man. So we just want to encourage you guys, man. Don't be the statistic. Don't follow the trend, the downward trajectory trend. Be a man. Stand up. Get healthy physically, mentally. Commit to your family, marriage, and a legacy. Have kids.
And there's how many? And the last thing, you're responsible for your family's safety.
Yes.
I cannot imagine the feeling of those guys in that moment where they're like, and look, we're all human, we're all subject to error, but that moment where you feel like fixing to lose my whole family, and I failed.
Tough.
No, just be aware, think ahead, be aware of your surroundings, know what's
Yes.
going on in the world, and 90% of the problems we run into in the world is just having situational awareness.
Yes.
That's it.
Situational awareness. That's
Don't
the
blow
key.
off the little clues that you get, and
Yes.
so try to learn something from that tragedy, man.
Good stuff. Get involved in your community, in your church. Find purpose, man. Like beyond your career and money. Like the show. Share the show. If it bless somebody, share it with a friend. Help us get to spread the word. Life After Sunday's back, baby.
Absolutely.
It's good to be back.
Pray us out, Bob.
Sure. Father God, we just thank you that you give us this time to come here and to help other men and to help not only them, but to help ourselves. Father, we appreciate your Holy Spirit's guidance and telling us where and what and how to do. And we're listening to you to give us that guidance. We're looking for boys that want to be men, and we want to be that light for you in whatever we do, Father. We thank you that our families are blessed and that you go before us in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.